Have you ever argued with someone who was completely wrong, but somehow sounded absolutely certain they were right? They have no evidence, no expertise, no logic, yet somehow they're speaking like they discovered gravity. Here's the strange question. What if ignorance doesn't reduce confidence? What if it actually creates it? Stay with me, because one philosopher noticed this long before modern psychology ever gave it a name. You've probably heard of the Dunning-Krueger effect, the idea that people with low competence often fail to recognize their own incompetence. But decades before psychologists studied it, philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer noticed something disturbing. He watched uninformed people speak with complete authority, dismiss intelligent people, and remain blind to their own limitations. He found that the less people know, the more confident they often become. Why? Because intelligence creates doubt. The more you learn, the more complexity you discover. But when someone only sees the surface, life looks simple, and simple answers create self-confidence. Many people confuse exposure with expertise. They watch 10 videos, they read 3 articles, they learned a few impressive words, and suddenly they're acting like professors. Back at the university, we had a word for it: sophomoric. Students with limited exposure becoming intellectually overconfident. They've barely entered the front door of knowledge, but they're already giving tours of the building, speaking authoritatively about critical areas of life with just sophomoric knowledge can be dangerous. You see, recognizing excellence actually requires some level of competence. For example, if you don't understand music, 2 musicians can sound equally skilled. If you don't understand science, experts and amateurs can look identical. And then comes their attempt to camouflage. They'll use complicated words out of context, big jargon, fancy language. They're hiding their weak understanding behind a false complexity, you see. But true intelligence usually does the opposite. True intelligence simplifies. Schopenhauer argued that the problem isn't merely arrogance, it's structural blindness. People cannot see the gap between belief and reality, so correction doesn't feel like evidence, it feels like disagreement. The solution? Intelligent minds ask themselves 3 uncomfortable questions. What might I be missing? Who knows more than I do? What evidence would change my mind? Because intelligence isn't the absence of mistakes. It's the willingness to recognize them and correct them. And here's the question that may be hardest of all. Which are you?